my name is Nicolette and welcome to my module. The title of my module is Scrapbooking Made Fun, and the purpose of this module is to learn how to design and create your own scrapbook. Throughout this module, there are 4 specific topics that you will learn about. The first is being how to develop a theme for your scrapbook, and the second is choosing photos for your scrapbook that are appropriate for the theme. Third is designing a layout, and fourth is journaling or writing captions for your scrapbook. Before we continue on to the introduction, I first wanted to highlight my background. I chose this background because I wanted to emphasize the scrapbook look. I think the design looks like a scrapbook, and I think it helps to capture the attention of the audience. At the beginning of my introduction, I introduced the topic by discussing the learning objectives that the students will complete. This consisted of examining potential topics for their scrapbook, acquiring and applying digital literacy skills to create their own digital scrapbook, and lastly, a journaling objective where they will write a paragraph with a topic sentence, 3 supporting sentences, and a concluding sentence. After reviewing the learning objectives, I continued with a slide on how to navigate the module. Navigating the module consisted of a previous and next button and being able to pause anytime throughout the module. After learning how to navigate the module, I continued with prerequisites for the module. This consisted of basic knowledge of PowerPoint and basic knowledge of the features of PowerPoint or Google Slides to use during the module. Now that I have gone through the basic information, I continued with an introduction to scrapbooking with an Animoto video. It's just a short video to get the audience engaged and ready to learn about scrapbooking. After watching the introduction video, I began to assess their knowledge of scrapbooking and how it is used in the real world. So my first example was the phrase, "A picture is worth 1,000 words." We have seen this phrase a lot in real life, and it applies a lot to scrapbooking. So I asked the students to answer this question and to post a reply. So this is where the students would respond to the prompt from the previous slide. After completing this prompt, the students would then learn about how photos should be in sequence order. So the point of this slide was to discuss how in life there is sequence and order to everything we do. For example, making a cup of coffee. So how this relates to scrapbooking is that your photos want to be placed in sequence order. So they were tasked to put these photos in the correct order. And this was done by dragging and dropping the photos in the correct boxes. The last real-life connection was captioning photos. We often caption photos either through Instagram, Snapchat, or Facebook, so I thought this was a good real-life connection to make, that we caption photos in our daily life, and we also caption photos in our scrapbook. Now, I did include narration in my module, however, it is muted for the sake of being able to record this. So this is just a small interaction about captioning photos, and the students would be able to scroll down and see some examples of captions for each photo. At the very end of my introduction, the students would be presented with the main menu. The main menu consists of the 4 modules, and if they have any desire to jump ahead, all they would need to do is click the home button. For example, if I wanted to jump to designing a scrapbook layout, I would click on the home and it would take me there. You can't really see, but in the bottom right-hand corner there's an information. Some designing ideas I had was to choose a background that emphasized the theme. So for example, I thought this background emphasized how to design a layout. And what I also tended to do was present the information before giving them a test or quiz. So this one was on which photos have emphasis on cropping. And then in the next slide, the students were tasked to drag the cropped photos into the cropped box and the not cropped photos into the pink box. Another example of this is I first presented the 5 W's used when journaling. The students then had to fill in the blank which W answered which questions. Two examples of interactives I used was 1, a media catalog to display my own digital scrapbook, and the second was a dialogue simulation about buying scrapbook materials. And that concludes my module. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you.